Yes. Uh, Today I want to explain my TikTok video studying in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering called IARE. My name is Manikant Reddy. I'm presenting a TikTok video subject called Network Programming and Management, simply called NPM. I want to explain my topic in NPM is called Managing IPv4, IPv6, VoIP interoperability using server-to-server approach. This is a topic which I am explaining now in NPM. I'm using the slides, PowerPoint slides for explanation. Okay. So managing IPv4, IPv6 VoIP interoperability using a server-to-server approach involves several key concepts and technical implementations. VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol, is a technology that allows for voice communication over IP networks, and its implement interoperability between different IP versions is crucial as the world transitions from IPv4 to IPv6. Understanding the IPv4, IPv6, we have to know what is IPv4, what is IPv6. IPv4 is an internet protocol. It is a V4 means version 4. And IPv6 means internet protocol. It is updated version called IPv6. These are all protocols which are in uh, network layer. Network layer in OSI model. These are our main protocols in this layer. And IPv4, the most widely used version, the Internet Protocol, which uses 32 bytes address. It supports about 4.3 million addresses which have been exhausted. This is called IPv4. And IPv6 means the successor to IPv4. Means it is advance of IPv4 using 128-bit address. It can support a vastly large number of devices, make it essential for future growth of the internet. Yes. And next, challenges in VoIP interoperability addressing. IPv4 and IPv6 use different addressing schemes, making direct communication between devices on these networks challenging. Protocol difference. Some protocols are used in VoIP may not be fully compatible between IPv4 and IPv6, requiring careful handling. NAT issues. Network address translations. NAT is commonly used with IPv4 but can create complexities in establishing direct peer-to-peer VoIP connections. And third one is server-to-server interoperability. A server-to-server approach acts as an intermediary to bridge communication between what IPv4 and IPv6 networks. Here, how this can be implemented. Architecture overview, VoIP servers. These could be SIP session initiation protocol is called SIP. Servers that manage signaling and media between VoIP endpoints. Proxy servers that can handle calls between IPv4 and IPv6 endpoints, converting protocols and addressing as needed. Media gateways. These facilitate media streams, audio, video between different network types. And steps in implementation, address resolution. DNS with SRV record to help resolve service requests to appropriate server based on whether the client is IPv4 or IPv6. DNS servers need to support both address types. So here SIP proxy configuration, uh, configure SIP proxies to handle both IPv4 and IPv6 signaling. The SIP proxy must be capable of accepting and processing SIP messages, regardless of IP version, implementing a mechanism for SIP message translation with necessary session management. The server should manage session states for both IPv4 and IPv6 clients, ensuring that calls can be established regardless of the underlying IP address format. Media handling. Use a media gateway to convert media streams between IPv4 and IPv6. This may involve transcoding or other media handling techniques. The media gateway should support both RTP, real-time transport protocol, or over IPv4 and IPv6. NAT traversal. Implement techniques like stun, session traversal utilities for NAT, and turn traversal using relays around NAT for handling NAT traverse issues. Ensures that server can handle NAT mappings correctly for both IPv4 and IPv6 address. Network considerations, quality of service, ensure that QoS policies are in place to prioritize VoIP traffic, as latency and packet loss can be significantly affect call quality. Security. Implement security measures such as TLS, transport layer security for SIP signaling, and SRTP, secure real-time transport protocol for media streams. Failover and redundancy ensure that server infrastructure is designed for redundancy to handle failures without affecting call quality or connectivity. And benefits for server to server approach. A scalability easily add new VoIP services or endpoints without needing to modify existing network infrastructure significantly. Flexibility accommodate both IPv4 and IPv6 clients seamlessly. Centralized management simplifies the management VoIP services as all interoperability handling occurs at the server level. Example workflow, callers or a VoIP call initiated from an IPv4 client. SIP proxy, the SIP proxy receives the SIP invite and identified it as an IPv4 request. Address translation, the proxy translates the request and sends it to the appropriate V6 server. Media gateway, the media gateway handles the audio stream conversion Receivers, the receiving IPv6 client gets the call and can communicate effectively. Conclusion is that managing IPv4, IPv6, VoIP interoperability using a server to server approach is essential in a transitioning network environment. This method provides a structured way to facilitate communication between differing protocols while maintaining call quality and security. By implementing proper architecture and protocols, organizations can ensure that they are future proofing their VoIP services as they adapt to an increasingly IPv6 centric internet. I think this is the IPv6 total about the IPv6 and IPv4 versions about this NPM topic called, what is the topic? Managing IPv4 and IPv6 VoIP interoperability using server to server approach. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for listening my class. Thank you. Bye bye.